Hello, I am Coffee Doug with the Wisest Wizards for my Saturday Rough Cuts review, or our Saturday Rough Cuts review. This week I will be reviewing The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Some people say Munchausen or Munchausen or Munchin on things, but I say The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. 1988, it's PG, it's more of like kind of a British English film, directed by Terry Gilliam. Most people will know him from the Monty Python films like Monty Python and the Holy Grail. He recently did the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, Heath Ledger's last film. I will admit that tonight I've been drinking quite a bit of this single barrel Jack Daniels, which I highly recommend. The difference for this is that it all comes out of the same barrel, and that's why it's so refined and filtered. Jack Daniels, very good stuff. And I got a little coffee, of course, because I'm Coffee Doug, but that's to help sober me up. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. I watched it for the first time probably about a week ago, and absolutely loved it. I thought it was an amazing film. I kind of had low expectations because my girlfriend loved the film, and her sister and family watched it as a kid, and I talked to quite a few other people that it was just a great adventure and fantasy film for them when they were younger, and I thought that it might not live up. Like, if I watched it now, it's kind of like I don't know, you know what I'm talking about, that there's movies, if you watched as a kid and they were amazing, and you watch them now, and you're kind of like, what? Kind of like He-Man. If you watch He-Man now, it's a lot of gay jokes and just weird. But anyway, the film, it really stood the test of time. It stars, I got my little list here, John Neville, who I've never really seen him in anything. Sarah Polley, he's in a lot, but I've never really watched much of what he's in. Sarah Polley, who stars as Sally Salt, and most people know her from Dawn of the Dead, the remake, and she's been in a lot of other stuff, but I couldn't even tell it was her. It's got Uma Thurman in one or two different roles, one really particular awesome role. It's got cameos by Robin Williams, doesn't even say his name in the credits. It's got Sting, a lot of different people, but the film is basically about, over in England somewhere, I don't know that they ever even really say the town, they're getting attacked by the Turks. Like, there's bombs going off all the time, people are dying, everybody's running for their life, this little town, and they are putting on a play for some reason. I didn't really understand the whole purpose of putting on a play while your town's getting fucking bombarded by missiles and cannons and all kinds of shit. But there is this city official, I don't even remember his name from the film, but he has them putting on this play, and he runs everything, and he's in charge of everything. And the play is about the adventures of Baron Munchausen, who, in real life, he's a literary character or from the 1700s. He was in literature, kind of in the same vein as, like, Paul Bunyan or something. You know, in that, you know, people believe in Baron Munchausen. But they're doing a play on this character, and the real Baron Munchausen, or so he claims to be, shows up and says, this is all wrong, that's not how it went down, I want to show you how it really was. And he proceeds to tell them about his adventures of saving the land from this awful war, and why this war, why the Turks are actually attacking this town, is his fault, and how he plans on stopping it. And Sarah Polley, who plays Sally Salt, the little girl, she goes on the adventures with him, and he's got a guy that has super hearing, Baron Munchausen. He's got a crew of people that help him. They run into a person that has super speed that can help him, a person that's got super eyesight, and someone that's super strong. A lot of super in this film, but very well worth it. The adventures they go on are incredible, and for it being in 1988, which I don't remember if I said that, I probably already did, the special effects are cool. Like, it's alright, you know, like, you'll appreciate it watching it now. It's kind of like, I hate to drop the name Star Wars or whatever, but if you see something like that where the special effects, you could really tell the directors and everybody in the film worked their asses off to make it look as cool as possible with very limited resources, but probably quite a bit of money, or, well, maybe not even that much. You do have you find a respect for it. It made me feel like a little kid again watching this film, and I just can't say enough good about it. The only thing I'll say is there were parts that I felt like drug on a little long, but this is the 20th anniversary edition, so maybe they added in all the sequences that might not have been shown in theaters. I felt like some parts they could have wrapped up probably 5 minutes quicker or so, but I watched it with a bunch of kids in the room, actually, and there was a 3-year-old in the room, and it held her attention for quite a while. And the adults liked it too. So I think you'll really enjoy the humor. The acting it's good. It does what it needs to do in this film, and the writing's pretty cool. And they do say that Terry Gilliam made 3 films: Time Bandits, Brazil, and this one, The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. And they're not a trilogy, so if you get online to look this film up before you watch this, you can watch this by itself. You don't have to watch those other 2. Some people believe that you do, but it was more of the director / writers, whatever, trying to show the different stages of age, like, young, middle-aged, old, and this Baron Munchausen is kind of older in this film, but the other ones I don't think even have anything to do with Baron Munchausen, but it's just kind of 3 of his films that kind of, the theme goes together, but it seems like he's got a lot of great work. I recommend checking this out, The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. And thanks for following us. Definitely check us out on Rough Cuts. Check out all the other Rough Cutters. And we got a lot of good plans for 2010. We want to do some really cool stuff. The Wisest Wizards are very excited. So stay tuned and definitely give us your thoughts and ideas. We love hearing from all of you. We read every comment, every email, every message, and we take every recommendation into consideration. And that's a lot of words for me to say while I've been drinking single barrel Jack Daniels. You have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday, and me or some of the other Wisest Wizards will see you next week. Good day.